Good morning, Havana. This is how we're going to make Havana's macaroni. We have macaroni, we have salt, we have Cracker Barrel cheese, we have oil, and black pepper. The things to remember is that this cheese is the only cheese I use. Cracker Barrel, extra sharp, and it has to be yellow. I use at least one stick, sometimes two sticks, in one pan of macaroni. I have peanut oil here, but you could use any oil you like, or you could even use butter. You can use any kind of macaroni noodle you like. Salt and pepper, and of course we have to have a pan. The first rule, according to your grandmother, is wash your hands really, really good. I'm only showing you one hand right now because I'm recording. Okay, fill your pan with water, and then you're going to add salt. Now, there is no exact measurement. I put 1 to 2 tablespoons of salt in there. No exact measurement. And I put probably 2 tablespoons of oil. No exact measurement. It doesn't really matter. I cover the pan. I do this so that when it boils faster. Then I turn the stove on and I turn it on high. It'll take a couple of minutes for the water to boil. Now that the water is boiling, I'm going to put the macaroni in. When putting the macaroni in, try to put it in all around the pan and not in one place so that it doesn't clump, if you can. Once it's in, take a spoon and stir it, because you're trying to make sure it doesn't stick. Once it's like that, put the top back on so it can boil quicker. And every 5-8 minutes, come in and stir it again. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. Time to stir it. And we're going to cook this until the noodles become mushy. Put the top back on. Okay, I'm stirring the noodles, and now I'm going to check and see how smushy it is. Now, when I cook it, I like my noodle to be real squishy. I don't like it to be firm at all, and that is squishy, which means it's ready. Okay, I'm going to pour the water off the noodles, but this is very, very important. You do not pour all of the water off. You pour most off. You always leave some water in the bottom because you want your cheese to be silky smooth. Do not pour out all of the water. If you do, by accident, add some water. So I'm going to pour the water off. Okay, I've poured most of the water off. I see that there's some water still in there. Always leave water. Okay, next I've chopped the cheese into chunks. You always use at least one stick, more than likely a stick and a half, and sometimes 2 sticks. But you always chop it in chunks so it can melt easier. Okay, now we're going to start adding ingredients. We're going to put a stick of butter in. Put the butter in first so that it can make the noodles smoother, and it will make the cheese melt better too. You still have the stove on. It's on warm because you want everything to be hot. The hotter it is, the quicker the cheese will melt. So I've got the butter in there. Next comes cheese. Okay, I've got the cheese in, and now you just keep stirring and stirring and stirring until the cheese just actually disappears. No chunks. Trying to hold this and stir at the same time. Keep going. And because this is Havana's macaroni, I might put more cheese in here. She might get 2 sticks this morning. This is her birthday macaroni. Her birthday breakfast macaroni. She's getting a bite today from me and Aunt Cynthia. She's getting cotton candy grapes. And she's getting a light up pillow because she's about to move into her own room. She's a big girl. 2nd grader. Alright, still melting. And you have to stir it until all the cheese. Alrighty. Okay, Havana, I mixed it and I've decided to add more cheese because it wasn't quite cheesy, gooey enough. And remember, you can add as much cheese as you like. There's never really too much cheese. It's just how much cheese do you have. See the chunks? Ooh, that means. And the more yellow it gets, the cheesier it is. Okay, Havana, now it's time to add salt. You always add salt at the end, the very end, because you never want your food to be too salty. And you always add just a little bit. And then you stir it in and taste it. Now I'm going to add a little pepper. Again, just very little. Because if people like more pepper or more salt, they can add it themselves at the table. Okay, Havana, I think we're all done. Now, remember, once you're done with your macaroni, if you're not ready to serve it, keep it on low. Never let your macaroni, excuse me, never let your macaroni get cold. Heated up macaroni doesn't taste as good as fresh macaroni.